Rico and Racket stood in front of the body of Thunderbolt. Boris stood across from them as well. All three men were solemn. Even though I only knew him for a short period of time, he was a good man, and I wouldn't be here without him, Boris said. Yes, he was one of the best, and he will be missed, Racket praised him. Such a shame to see a good man go, Rico said. A funeral would be held later on, but for now there was more pressing matters to attend to. Scorch and Sev had asked Rico for a meeting. Rico, we are appreciative that you saved us from the Empire, but we have something to ask of you, Sev said. And what is that? Well, we would like an army to go and fight Fixer and Boss. We need to capture them and stop that brainwashing chip. How do you plan to lure those two into battle? Rico asked. Well, we already have, sir. We found out that Cody has positioned them on the planet of Iradu with their own army. They've been tasked with defending the planet. If we did a planet-wide assault and gained victory, then we could liberate Fixer and Boss while simultaneously capturing another planet for Rico's brigade. Well, I'm convinced. Not that it takes much to trust you. You are members of Delta Squad after all. Take the men you need, and good luck. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and I am back with another episode of Rico's Brigade, and today we have what a lot of people have been looking forward to, which would be Delta Squad versus Delta Squad, a Delta Squad civil war, if you will. So over here we have Scorch and Sev, who's over here, fighting for Rico's Brigade, and they've taken along with them an army of the 212th Attack Legion. They've got some of the 2nd Airborne Troopers in there, as well as Standard Troopers, and some of these cool Geonosis ARF Troopers. It's hard to pronounce that for some reason for me. And then we've got a couple of ATTEs, actually 3 ATTEs for them, as well as some TX-130Ss that they're going to be utilizing in this battle. They span pretty much the length of the map here, and they're going to be attacking against the other 2 Delta Squad members who would be using the 65th Coruscant Guard here, but in their Imperial outfits, which is pretty cool. I like these guys a lot. I mean, just some very, very nice skins here. But we've got Boss right here, and then over here we have Fixer. Now, both sides have even amount of troopers, even amount of health, and the same amount of tanks, except for I gave the Empire 2 AT-ATs instead of 3, like the clones have 3 ATTEs, because ATTEs are actually a little bit weaker than AT-ATs. So just to balance that out a little bit. But they do have an equal number of AT-STs to the clones' TX-130Ss. So yeah, this should be an interesting battle. Whoever wins this gains control of the planet and also gets to capture the other 2 Delta Squad members. So, if Rico's Brigade wins, then they will have all 4 Delta Squad members at their disposal. But if the Empire wins, then they will have all 4 at their disposal, and they will likely fix the inhibitor chips within the other 2 Delta Squad members so that they are compliant with their orders. So yeah, I will be right back, and we can get this shindig started. 1 second. Alright guys, I think we're ready to start. I will press the button now, and each side should begin walking forward. There is some cover in the very, very center for both sides here, so they'll have something to utilize during the battle. Now I do have some allergies going on, so sorry if I sound a little stuffy or sniffly or whatever. I do apologize for that preemptively, but we see the AT-ATs walking forward and leaving these stamps on the ground. That's kind of hilarious. And we see the troops marching forward as well, looking dope as heck. I am very, very excited for this battle. And here's some TX-130Ss, a little bit faster than the Imperial tanks, so they've already made it to the middle here. But they've begun engaging with each other. We see AT-STs firing some rockets into the TX-130Ss. We actually had some runners for the Rico's Brigade over here. I don't think the Imperials had any runners, so these troopers made it here first, which is kind of interesting. AT-ST's going down on the left side over here. Another one going down too. This is no good. So these runners have taken up position early in the very, very center of the battle, but the rest of Rico's Brigade is still now showing up, and the rest of the Imperials are now showing up on the other side of this hill here too. Both sides running, except these guys actually ended up crawling. I think the shots fired from the TX-130Ss sort of scared them off. It seems like the TX-130Ss are damaged for the most part. They're flaming and their sirens are going off, but they did manage to fight off those ATSTs. There's still 2 ATSTs back here kind of derping around. Let's try and fix these guys because I think they're stuck on that hill. So we'll just fix them real quick. But the AT-ATs are firing away, lobbing their very, very, very powerful blaster fire towards the enemy. ATTEs coming forward as well for the Republic or Rico's Brigade. And they're firing away a little bit, except they're kind of turning around. I'm not too sure why it's showing its butt to the enemy, but I mean, maybe it's some sort of primal clone ritual. I don't know. Either way, the 212th is starting to walk on into the canyon here. They're taking some losses. They're trying to get behind some of the cover, but these walls of the canyon aren't giving them a lot of that. The Imperials seem to be sticking for the most part behind their hill over here instead of going too far forward. They're just sort of using that as cover instead of marching into the canyon where I'm sure they think they'll just die if they go too far forward. AT-ATs are having a field day of just crushing the infantry, but these ATSTs over here blow up and they take with them a lot of the Imperial infantry. Interesting. Yeah, these AT-ATs are just having a field day here. The AT-TEs don't seem to be combating them very much. Those need to be taken out very, very soon, or the Rico's Brigade will have a tough time. These AT-TEs, though, have lost their gunners, and they're still taking some heat from the enemy, so those might go down soon. Their sirens are going off. There should be another one. There's one right here, but stuck on this rock. Since I gave the ATSTs a little bit of a help, we'll scooch this one forward so it can move forward as well. There you go, buddy. But now it seems like the infantry is clashing a little bit. Imperial infantry starting to crest over the hill. Over here we see a couple of them taking up residence behind some blocks. But we also see 212th infantry meeting them on that same hill, and grenades are going off. It's definitely going to be a battle for this hill over here, as Rico's Brigade has taken the other hill completely. So that's kind of interesting. I'm hearing lots of fire coming from this thing, but it is getting hit by clone infantry fire as well. Its sirens are going off too. So really the vehicle battle ended up being pretty short-lived, and they're not doing too hot. This AT-AT over here loses its head literally and crashes to the ground in a fiery explosion. The clones managing to take that one out. And then this one over here is still firing into the clones on the ground, but it is probably going to go down fairly soon, considering the other one went down fairly quickly too. These Imperials over here still hiding behind the hill here, though their numbers have been hurt pretty dearly. Hey, there's Boss! The boss man himself. Fixer is likely somewhere around here, I'm guessing. Although I don't really see him. I haven't seen Sev or Scorch really either. But they're probably still running around the battle somewhere, I'm guessing. Hey, there's Sev. He's right there. I don't know where Scorch is, though. But we are seeing both sides have taken pretty hefty losses. Oh, hey, some TX-130Ss are actually still alive, too. That's kind of interesting. Oh, man, this AT-AT is getting down and dirty, really pouring it on to the Empire, but it's getting hit by rocket upon rocket now as it attempts to, you know, stem the tide of this Republic infantry coming forward at its own infantry, who is still hiding behind this hill. It's still totally unclear to me who's going to win this battle. You know, normally you sort of get a vibe of, you know, okay, this side's definitely got the number superiority at this point in the battle or whatever. But it seems like the clones have the better position, but the Imperials are just pouring on fire with this AT-AT, and that is ruining them. I also see there's actually some Imperials over here taking up residence on this hill. That's a pretty good idea, and they'll be able to snipe down onto clone infantry over that way. This AT-TE finally coming forward, and it looks like it is firing a few of its guns at that AT-AT. And these AT-TEs over here are on fire. I think they're just kind of stuck and breaking down slowly, so they won't be participating too much more in the battle. This AT-AT here is just... it's impressive how long it's managed to stay alive. All we hear is just vehicle sirens going off every which way, honestly, at this point, which is kind of funny. This thing needs to go down soon, or Rico's Brigade is in some serious trouble. Yeah. I mean, Rico's Brigade still has a lot of infantry, but I mean, that thing is taking out a lot of them, and it's causing a lot of problems. These TX-130Ss, though, are still doing a good job. But the Imperials are still just sort of chilling behind this hill, not getting hit by anything, not taking any losses, which they're sort of just playing the long game here, which could be very beneficial to them if they just play it patient and let their tank do the work for them, because this thing is not going down right now. It's crazy. Hey, there's Sev, still participating in the battle. He's actually healing right now, smart man. Keeping it fresh. Scorch started on the left somewhere, so I'm sort of looking for him. I don't really see him, I just see random clones. No clones decided to take this part of the bridge over here, unlike the Imperials who did. And I haven't seen Fixer still. We've seen Boss, who was over here somewhere. Actually, some of these infantry are starting to get involved in a little bit of fighting with some clones on the other side of the hill over here. And these guys are just shooting directly upwards, trying to take this AT-AT out still. How is it still alive? We're seeing rocket after rocket hit this thing. But it will not go down, unlike this one over here, which went down considerably earlier than this one right here. So that's kind of interesting, I have to say. But yeah, these 212 troopers are starting to really push up onto this hill here and fire down at the Imperials down here. They're actually connecting with a good amount of them and getting quite a number of kills on these infantry troopers over here. We can look at the map here and we'll see that the Imperials don't have a ton of troopers left. Most of the guys actually over here, we'll see that most of them are dead. Which is kind of interesting. They do have a good number of troopers back here still. They've got one ATST which is on its belly right now, so that's not going to help them. They got a few over to the right here, and this AT-AT obviously, but compared to the Rico's Brigade, the Rico's Brigade has way more troopers left alive, but their tanks are in shambles right now. They've got ATTEs that aren't really doing much. Most of the TX-130Ss are dead. Really all they've got going for them is more infantry, but either one could honestly still take the cake during this battle. I'm not putting it past either side to win at all, you know? This AT-AT, how is it still alive? Someone kill it, please. Jeez Louise, that is brutal. But Rico's Brigade is still finding time to pour fire into these bad Larrys back here too. They're having to combat many things all at once. Both infantry, AT-AT, snipers in the back. It's tough to be a Rico's Brigade soldier right now. And we see the AT-AT is actually targeting these TX-130Ss now. And a little bit of this infantry on the hill. One TX-130S goes down. This ATTE is... Oh no. Oh buddy, what are you doing? Oh... All-terrain vehicle my butt. No! Oh, it's gonna crush a few troopers down there, I think. Oh, maybe not. Just barely missed. Its butt turrets are still firing, though. Now that is impressive. How are these ones doing over here? These ones are in shambles. They're on fire. They're still firing, though, actually, their own weapons. Actually, that might be what's causing all these deaths over here for the Empire is those ATTEs, because they're able to fire over this hill. I think they are causing a lot of damage to the infantry of the Imperials over here. But how is this AT-AT still alive? It is beefy as heck. Are we able to, like, see how much health it has? I don't think so. We can hear its sirens going off, though. Interesting. Actually, this ATTE over here has no crew left. This one does. Why don't you guys get a guy on the turret and just, you know, fire at that thing? Yeah, just target that. Just do it, man. Just do it. We'll see. It is targeting it now, which is good to see. I am perplexed as to how this thing is still alive. Genuinely, it should be dead by now. We got TX-130Ss down here firing at it. We got infantry firing at it. Like, literally underneath its undercarriage here. Firing at this thing. Trying it in vain to take it down. This thing must have the beefiest armor in the world. And then this poor ATTE just derped out and couldn't take the pressure, so it suicided off the cliff there. But we do see Rico's Brigade actually crosses over the hill and takes over this position here and kills some Imperials. Now they're starting to combat these guys on the the shield bridge over here and some of these guys down below. So Rico's Brigade taking the infantry fight over and doing a great job on that front. It's this vehicle fight that they're just getting crushed in. There's also still Imperials left alive in the brambles over here, we can see. Just sort of chilling, waiting it out, it seems. And then we've got them on the bridge over here. And there's one guy who's like just chilling under this pipe near the AT-AT, which has killed another TX-130S. But the remainder of Rico's Brigade infantry has spread out quite nicely, so they're you know, trying to avoid massive AT-AT explosions that would take out multiple troopers at once. But we see these guys advancing forward, taking on these guys at the bridge, trying to kill them. I think the victory is going to go to Rico's Brigade. They just they just got to kill this AT-AT and they'll have it in the bag. My goodness. Yeah, this is not looking too good for the Empire. I don't know how this thing is still alive, genuinely. Like, what the actual heck? It's rotating and it kills a ton of Rico's Brigade troopers with its feet. What? And now it's actually going around this way, taking out some of these troopers that went past it earlier. Oh my goodness. Oh my absolute goodness. Wowza. Okay. It is on fire now, though. And it looks like it's about to topple over. Oh my god. How is this thing still alive? Genuinely. I am so surprised. But it is just walking over Rico's Brigade troopers, crushing them underfoot. As it just... The last Hail Mary, like, attack here by this thing. And it is still getting hit by rocket upon rocket. It's on fire. I'm perplexed as to how this thing is still alive, genuinely. And it's still killing Rico's Brigade troopers with every step, every fire blast. And it finally topples to the ground. And probably kills a few Rico's troopers while doing that. Okay. So now Rico's Brigade has handled the AT-AT. All they have to do now is take out like 10 guys over here at this bridge, take out a few guys who are over here. Let's start gearing these guys in those directions, trying to get them to attack in the appropriate places. Because I'd say it's definitely an assured victory for Rico's Brigade at this point. They have 3-4 times as many troopers as the Imperials now. It's just the task of hunting them down. So here we go, a little 212th pack going this way. There we go. Now they're firing at these Imperials, taking a few Imperials down. They're losing a few members of their own squad over here, but they're doing the work. Let's see what's going on over here at the bridge. Looks like a few troopers ended up dying over here. But they're still moving around that way. How's it going over here again? These dudes in the bushes still putting up a good fight against Rico's Brigade, but I don't think they'll last forever, as it seems like these troopers over here are going around for the little flankaroonie there. These guys finally making it to the hill up to the bridge. These guys are actually marching across the bridge right now. Interesting. And so they're gonna be attacked here. Alright. Bridge boys putting up a good fight, but all in all, just kind of getting slaughtered. Yeah, that's about all you can do there. Yep. Alright, so the Rico's Brigade won over there. And now it's just like a pincer movement against these troopers in the bushes over here. So let's get this battle over with here. Rico's Brigade, you need to saddle up and just take these guys out. Alright, Imperials spraying into the 212th over here. But they'll be gunned down soon enough, I think. Actually, grenade taking out a trooper right there. Just shoot him. There you go. There you go. And that's the end of it. What are you doing with that grenade, really? That was dumb. I think this guy's just stuck, maybe. Oh my god, what? Can you not kill that guy? This guy just stuck in the wall? He might be. Move the wall. There you go, now he's dead. Well, very, very good, very good. Oh no, there's still troopers. I think they got caught underneath the AT-AT over here, it seems. Where are they? Oh, they got jammed into the wall when the AT-AT fell, so there's two troopers over here for the Empire left alive, and they get wiped out by the TX-130S right quick there. So guys, thank you so much for watching this battle. I hope you enjoyed it. It ended up being quite a mess, but Rico's Brigade won, and now they're going to be able to take back Scorch, or no, sorry, 7 Scorcher with Rico's Brigade. They're going to be able to take back Boss and Fixer and implement them into Rico's Brigade, which will be rather exciting if I do say so myself. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you did. I don't know what happened to any Delta Squad members. Obviously, Fixer and Boss at some point were knocked out. I don't know what happened to Sev and Scorch, though. Alright, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.